in the lobby every round. They were chasing them down. They were not exactly being punished for any of their maneuvers. And yeah, that is just not what you want to see. Really not what you want to see, especially when we know the talent that Aurora can bring. So give us a better showing today. Hopefully their whatever issues were going on are dealt with. We do have the veto. We're going to start here on Mirage. Sashi will pick into Inferno for the next, and the decider is Anubis, should we get to it. So that is our veto. Into the game we go. Time to watch some Counter-Strike here, Alan. And what better way to fix what ails you than to play a little Mirage?
There's a lot of players in window for Sashi. 4 players in and around window. And Lucky is unchecked. Still finds the kill, does Deco. Wow.
Oh, that's a tough one for Lucky. That's going to hurt. Bomb now ticking away. Not great retake situation. No kit. No nothing. Demolished coming out of the market. Just nothing doing here. Mr. desperately trying to add heads to the tallies. They will fight him, which is about the only way he can win this. Now on 6 HP. Deco 1 HP is still pushing, and Norvi eventually comes in for the backstab finisher.
Yeah, in Aurora's second game just against Gen 1, Deco did actually go nuclear. And for those that haven't seen yet, assuming it's the same, Grix will be AWPing, and Deco is just filling in. I mean, Clax is a lurker for this team, so that really doesn't sound like Deco, but yesterday he made it work, at least in that second game. Clearly still skill on the server here for Aurora. Nobody's ever doubted that. Even Grix, someone who, obviously a last-minute addition here to play this tournament, do not snuff at his individual ability. He's not messing around.
No, I mean, he's definitely being tabbed as one for the future, right? Young guy, coming from that academy roster, being looked at as a potential next big thing. Still quite inexperienced. Only 18, I think. So, you know, by new prodigy standards, he's a veteran.
Well, if we've learned anything, he's got about 5 years left in his career, then he'll stream.
Oh, boy. And Deco does actually get caught. It shouldn't really cost him at all. But it is at least one blemish on an otherwise perfect round for Aurora.
What are the questions around Sashi at the moment? Because it feels like, if he had those great results last year, in particularly the qualifiers, and I kind of look at this team and I say, have you got the staying power? Was that, I don't want to call it flash in the pan, but was it a bit of a perfect storm of good individual form, right part of the season, you know, whatever, right map pool? It would have been pre-Dust too, I think, a lot of those games as well. So is Sashi a bona fide top 30 team? And if they are, I think you actually need to win this quite convincingly, based on what I saw from Aurora yesterday.
Yeah, I think the big question for Sashi as well is just kind of where is the ambition? What is the ambition? Is it, you know, hang around the top 30? Is it push into top 20? Is it push into top 10? Because if it's those more intense ambitions, do you really have the pieces? Do you have the firepower? How high can these players go? You know, when you're looking at a Mr. or Lucky, they've had some opportunities, but they're still young in their career relatively. But when you're looking at the rest of the roster, Quez, Cabby, Iceberg, these guys have been around the block. We've seen a fair chunk from them before. So it's a question of how much further can this team go? They've had some nice results. They've had some nice qualifications. But they're kind of that team where you can put together a good qualifier run, but once they get to the event, you're not necessarily expecting big things from them. Cabby? Caught out. Grix taking this mid control. You do have Iceberg up in the ladder room. Could make some noise. Does indeed. Deco went to check him, but Iceberg will get the best of him. Freeze him out, and now they're so focused on trying to get that kill into window that they can't link up with their teammate in apartments. They could get over towards B. There might be something cooking here, but 2 players back by the bench. Quez may not be expected indeed. Catches Norvi, and a second as well. Take it all the way. Nice hold from Sashi.
Could have got a bit scary, but even though there's only 1 for 1 in ladder, it's a good early warning system. Can prepare themselves and play some hidden positions. So, good round from the CTs. Mr. also pushed ramp on A, so he's heaving over information. Made it all easier. And actually, Aurora already have a pretty dreadful buy. Couple AKs, but far from perfection. I'm not sure they'll be able to default with what they've got. They might have to go into something pretty early.
But as we know from Aurora, these are the rounds where they sometimes feel most comfortable. I mean, yesterday on that Inferno game, it felt like they couldn't win a rifle round. It was all the pistols, all the mixed buys that they actually did convert.
Really are an enigma in that sense.
This team feels like a jack in the box. You never know what's gonna pop up. What I do know is that this mid control is getting shut down. Grix will at least find some punish, but Grix, okay, you know what? Grix and Deco, this tandem, if there was gonna be a duo to convert a disadvantageous round, this would be the pair. Lots of firepower here. Oh, it just feels like Iceberg is playing such a risky game. He doesn't know. He's not caught the timing to spot out Deco just under the lip, but we know that Deagle. Yeah, there it is. Oh, even got the dink back the other way, but we knew what was coming. And now, Mister and Quez very isolated from each other, but a ton of control on Quez. Mister's trying to play contain on the window spot. But if they take this towards B, Sashi could be in trouble. And indeed, that's what's happening. Does Quez get close enough to hear these footsteps? He will be now, yeah. Yeah, look at the adjustment from Mister immediately coming on over. They're going to have a crossfire setup. This should be all but impossible for Aurora. They need a massive individual outplay to make this happen. Bomb's now dropped. It's just Deco who's so low. Knows the position of the player in apps, but he has to chase this up, and there is not enough time. Mercifully, he got killed before the timer.
Half a second. Half a second. It's almost why Deco's looking for the duel. Because he doesn't want to fight. I think they got away with that. But silver lining, I guess. It's a pretty dreadful end to the round. And credit to Sashi for winning those mid engagements. It's a bold move to fight Aurora like that on a round like that in mid. But it worked. And now the cherry on top, the easy pickings. 4 Glocks, and Grix did the Deagle. So, chance to farm some dollars. Which is where dollars come from, so that's good.
Just waiting for this up. Waiting for them to come this way. See, Lucky, you're going to get some opportunities here. Oh, no. Come on. Stick around. Don't rotate. Okay. Okay, he's back. Connects the one. This is getting awkward. This is getting awkward. Dink onto the player. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. 2 bodies lost already is too many. Oh, Norby, you get anything out of this? No. Okay, so they will stem the bleeding. The op can't be retrieved, I don't think. Nope. That's a pretty expensive Glock round.
Luckily, they have a bit of cash in the bank. They will be spending a lot of it. Yeah, I mean, again, Aurora, they are absolute masters of finding something from nothing. But equally, nothing from something, so... They be like that.
They do be like that.
Confusing.
A little bit of aggression here, it seems. Mister getting in towards ramp, clearing this out. He's got 2 players just on the other side. How far does he take this? Oh, he's going all the way. He's going all the way. And he's going to be punished for it. 2 players down. That bit of aggression has not gone the way of Sashi.
I don't totally blame them, because they might have really felt there were a lot of players out mid. Little did they know there was still 2A ramp, which, if you're playing a 1-3-1 default, the A players normally Palace, so I really don't mind that move. It doesn't work, but it was quite a high percentage move.
That one less so. Nice shot from Lackey there. And this one might just be a wash. What do you got for us, Lucky? You got a smoke. in your face, and they'll head towards the empty site.
I think work very hard now to save both these guns. They really need them. Lucky can drop one. Quez can buy for himself. Still gonna be some concessions, but at least it'll be decent if we keep both these guns alive.
Here's kind of where you see those that issues with losing 2 to the Glocks, with not being able to retrieve the AWP. It all stacks up. Oh, and the hunt is coming. The hunt is coming. The horns are blaring. There's going to be time enough for this pinch to come through for Aurora. It's a battle now for Sashi to keep this alive. It's only really Lackey who's actually gone all the way with this. Now Norvi joining him. We get one of these guns. There's the spot. Molotov down. And they should be able to hang on. Smoke to clear it. Desperation. What? Lackey's found the one. What? Oh, you madman, Lackey. How does he pull it off? Oh, no.
Oh, my. That actually... They're still going to invest, Sashi, but it doesn't help. Get another rifle. So audacious. So audacious. And it works. See, we're always banking up some cash as well along the way here. They are T-side, so it doesn't cost as much either for them to reinvest. What have we got here? Mid-fake, plenty of nades thrown down. Aurora have 4 towards A, and I would have thought they want to head in pretty soon to make good on all this mid-pressure.
Wes? Traded out. It's looking decent right now for Aurora. Got the space with these smokes still up, but as they fade, Lucky collects. Get down for the count. This one's very workable. Lucky's ready for it. Lucky's ready for the late underpass play. What a drop shot there. Looking like Skadoodle. Falls to Grix. The young gun with 2 to find. Panic jump and still connects. Did he spot? He did. He knows. He knows a dance around the boxes now, and Grix will come out on top. The debutante looking good at the ball.
Intriguing round. So on endpoint we had... So on teams you have keywords. They're like words you'll say, which have a more global meaning, but it's communicated quickly. And a keyword we had was invite. And you say invite when you have like a really good stack or position and you want the other team to commit. If you throw down loads of nades, they might turn back. And that's what I think Sashi should have done there. They had an apartments push. They had, I think it was Lucky in mid, and they had 3 on A with Lucky obviously pretty close by. They wanted Aurora to commit, but I think they re-smoked A ramp. And then Aurora took their time and the setup kind of fell apart. Could have gone better. Is this round on?
It's on. It's on. It's the Aurora paradigm. Every round can be won, every round can be lost. Bomb's been traded down. That makes it a lot easier. Okay, Griggs. I gotta say, compared to yesterday, he's just looking a lot more confident, shall we say. Fluid.
It's quite plausible that he had no idea he was playing until minutes before yesterday.
I mean, yeah, they didn't know he was playing. They thought Glax was playing before they realized, oh, whoops, we didn't actually register in time. A little better prepared for it this time around. Maybe got his warm-up routine in. Isn't coming, you know, fresh out of bed.
I was picturing a scene from, like, The Hangover. That's what I'm picturing. Quick getting out of bed. He is 18, right?
There's a tiger in his bathroom.
Yeah, exactly.
Baby in the closet.
Yep, it's all going on. And then I'm going to play some Counter-Strike.
Mike Tyson's knocking on the door after map 1.
Parity we need.
I do have to say, I just don't understand where they keep finding all these offers. If they could share a little bit, NA, we desperately need some offers. Just like start exporting prodigies, please.
Yeah. True. I mean, Grix doesn't have the strongest passport, let's say.
Belarus? Yeah, not ideal. Iceberg? They'll trade out there in towards Khan. Quez holds the line for the moment. Oh, the peek into the Palace player. He had util out. That was a dead on kill, but Quez didn't know that. Didn't want to give up his own life. So now we'll give Norvi some other opportunities. Still a 2-on-3. Bomb retrieved. Grix wants to bring it this way. But the firebox ticket setup. This is a powerful hold.
That said, Mr. can't really fight, can he? He's got to play passive and hold the Palace line. They're both holding Palace.
There's the jump. Confirmation. Grix is like, give me one more. Give me... Oh, no. Just spots the pixel through the box. Why not? Uh-oh. Oh, the firebox check as well. They're so aware. They're so ready for this. And now smoke on Colin. Lucky's in a really tough spot to do anything about this round. They're going to plant open to it, but he doesn't. No! Gets the check just in time. Now 10 seconds. Norvi, you better get a move on. There's the tags. Lucky knows now. He's played this to perfection. Just enough time to get that bomb planted. But Lucky can ascend. Can he get this shot on? No, the bailout's there. Oh, out of ammo. Going to the sidearm. And the op will find it. Beautiful clutch from Lucky. Keep Sashi fighting.
Couldn't it have reloaded?
No time. No time. I mean, he might have thought Lucky was barreling down on him, right?
Yeah, possibly. but bizarre there at the end. Which is a good opportunity. Lucky actually had no head armor, so wouldn't have known it, but it's not a terrible play to go pistol. Well, that was a chaotic round, to put it mildly. You have to play a lot of Counter-Strike to come out of Palace, go down the ladder, and then actually check Firebox.
Yeah. Phenomenal awareness.
That is what...
Phenomenal awareness. Great shot over the box as well from Grix.
Yeah.
I mean, you almost do feel disappointed for Aurora that they couldn't close that, but Lucky was just too much to deal with.
Yeah, I mean, they're still T-side. T-side's about against economy, so they need to stay calm, win this round, and Sashi are back in the dumpster.
You know what's actually crazy? The more I'm thinking about Grix, I'm just eyeing up his profile. His first HLTV listed game is in May of this year. Like, yeah, he's young 24-year-old, or 18-year-old. What am I saying? But just wild. All right, Massacre in towards mid. Better focus in on this round. Getting esoteric here. Mr. still under the balk. They may not know about this. They don't know about this. Now they know about this. And he hasn't been able to capitalize on the positioning. Nade hits a step. Very awkward there. And if Deco finds this window player, it is Jover. And so Jover, it is indeed. Quez. Desperation, but this is just not on. Oh, unless...
What was that?
Unless...
What was that?
He spams the default line. He spams the planting line, and they were planting exposed.
No.
Indeed, he's brought it down to the clutch. It's on indeed. It is 100% there for the taking. 5 bullets in. Gonna stick to his guns, but he can't land the killing blow. And Norby will just scrape this one through. Unreasonable.
Incredibly unreasonable. It's always the same, like the third duel is his most likely one to win it and he can't win it. Wow. Well, comedy aside, it's not a laughing matter for Sashi, is it? Because their money's done for. They'll have to eco this round, and even the buy in the next won't be perfect. I mean, let's give Aurora some credit. This is much, much better Counter-Strike than they were playing yesterday.
Yeah. Yeah, they're still definitely leaving some opportunities in these post plants and these man-up situations. Maybe fighting a little aggressively. But, yeah, it is a much better phase.
But even if they are individual and fighting aggressively, I prefer that to what I saw yesterday.
Absolutely.
That nuke was a joke. Like, if you're going to lose, at least get Kenzie, Decker, and Grix in some duels. You're going to win some rounds doing that.
Last round of the half here. Yeah, we're going for a little look-see out of mid, but it's ramp where the aggression comes. Mister's been forced back, getting the defensive smoke set up, trying to go above it as well. This is a risk, but it's going to pay off. Sacrifices a lot of his health, but does get Grix down to the dirt early. Still, the smokes have gained the space. They've got this ground. Can they get the bomb planted behind them? Still so much presence towards the ticket. They got to be nervous about it. And Mister, bold. Mister, I can't do anything with it. Nice attempt. Didn't have the health for the sustained fight, and Deco is able to dispatch him. Now Norvi, if he goes through the murder hole, this could be the flank of the century. But as it is, content to hold on to the window.
I'm watching Deco.
Position of strength.
I'm watching Deco. Does he catch the flank?
He's looking. He's checking, but he's not able to deal with it. 2-on-3 now. Bomb ticking away. Kid on Quez. And so Quez is on the bomb. Quez is on the bomb. Does Norvi realize? They don't know. They don't know. Bomb's been defused right under their nose. They weren't listening. And so we go to the half. And we're back into the fun. 7-5, the scoreline. Some tight rounds there at the end. Sashi giving themselves a chance here as the sides swap. They're going to get straight into it. We're going to get an A take here. Heavy presence for Aurora. They want the brawl in ramp. Haven't spotted the players just yet, but here it comes. Lucky can't connect, and oh no. Annihilated before they get anywhere near the site, but Mister's got something to say about it. But it'll be Light Iceberg who has to get the last word. Molotov, chase out Grix, melt him. It'll be a Lackey instead to finish off the round.
Let's give Grix credit. Had a great game. You'd also expect an Orpa to have a better time on CT. So, on track for even more. Of course, pistol round was pretty good as well. And important for Aurora. Don't allow bomb plant either, so there'll be no force buy for Sashi. Certainly in one of the better positions they've been in any of the games in this qualifier. Just need to do the impossible task of keeping an anti-eco clean.
Yeah, I don't know that that's something they do so well, but surely. There's just so little on the other side. 1 dig in the hands of Mister. Iceberg now gone. Mister to follow. And this should be done. Lucky, though. Picks up his teammate's deagle and lets that thing sing. You could still go back and get the bomb. No one stuck around to find it. If he snakes a bomb plant out of this, that would be tremendous. Time enough for it. Time enough indeed. And as Aurora start to isolate their players, 35 seconds. Where's he going to go? Up through mid seems to be the answer. Drix playing this conservatively, not wanting to give up the game. Could actually be Norvi behind him who gets caught. There's the spot. And there it is. Well handled. Nice awareness from Grix not to get over eager against the Eagle. Make sure that one doesn't get out of hand.
Rock and roll. Okay, well, Sashi don't have a lot of leeway. They need to win early gun rounds. And this would be a good place to start. What's the call? Where are we going? Bomb's heading. Just staying out of mid for a moment. Looks like a default. 1-3-1. Standard play for mid control. In the meanwhile, Kenzie out in the open gets caught. Grix is a gap in this smoke as he bursts it. And that is a whitewash. Sashi comprehensively win mid.
Comprehensively indeed. And with the 2 players chased off on bricks, they know the A site is for the taking. Lackey, though, will defend. Lackey going to the sidearm. Can't get her done. Falls to Deco to try and make something happen here. Oh, and as he comes out in towards mid, dead to rights. Easy spray down for Cabby. It's Sashi who's striking the first gun round.
And Aurora, because they lost a few too many players, are in for a dreadful bye. So, huge chance for Sashi. Also note that there's no head armor, so Iceberg could just shred on that Mac 10. Keep tabs on that. There's also better than a U2 here for the CD side. Somehow they don't even have a smoke.
Those aren't important on Mirage, right? You don't need those. Deco 1 for 1. I'll have to chase some of this up. Cabby actually lost. That's going to give some reinforcements over. Some extra firepower. Lackey's making the Fama sing. Chased down by the nade, but this one's gotten very out of hand for Sashi. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. We're in trouble. He's trying to make it a little bit more comfortable, but look at the damage onto Quez. That nade's going to be punishing, and indeed, the bomb, it's not even needed. The spam's enough. It all falls to Quez, 20 HP. Quick rifle spray will take him out of play, and as he walks through the smoke, that was bold to say the least. Double digits on for Aurora. Disaster on for Sashi Esport.
Very on par with Aurora to win a bye like that.
Yeah.
It was all mid for Sashi where it went wrong. It's hard to say exactly it fell apart. Maybe they weren't quite on the same page. Maybe Aurora caught them off guard with some aggression, but they just left the A players too much to do. Right, so good news is at least because Sashi has some cash in the bank, they can invest again. It's 1 AK though, 3 Galils. This is still perilous for Aurora. Lose this, you're on 0 loss bonus. You're on 1,400. So another game of Force by Wars we are presented with.
That's where Aurora thrive. That's where they like to live. In the madness, in the pandemonium, in the chaos. And Kenzie just found a little bit more chaos on the other side of that wall than he was maybe hoping for. Nice little jiggle to get the info, though. Fix when he popped the smoke. Oh, here's the smoke pop. Yeah, not a ton of vision. It was just a cat check. I like that, though. You go so far with the nade, it's kind of perfectly placed, so you just get that window of vision, and then it quickly covers back up. Nico finds Cabby. Grix connects onto Lucky, and this one's looking tough. Oh, no, the timing for Lackey. He just turns away. Would have had that kill bang on. Instead, now there's a chance at the plant, but they'd have to deal with the ticket player. Look at that bomb planted. They'll get that down.
There's also no smokes for the CTs. It's going to be really hard to stick a bomb on triple.
Boy. No kits. No window player. Bit by bit, this one's falling apart. It was looking so good for Aurora. Well, it absolutely does not.
They didn't have the time. Oh my, here we go again.
Yes.
Welcome.
The Aurora experience.
That was a 5-on-3, right? I think it was.
Yes, I believe so.
Grix and Deca.
That was a 5-on-3. And it was, I mean, it was a 5-on-3 where even the default player's crosshair was exactly where it needed to be to finish things. And then something made him look away. And even there was a ticket player as well, so there should have been a second layer of redundancy for that Palace peak. I genuinely don't know how Aurora lost that round. If they killed the Palace player, even if it's a 1-for-1 trade.
There's so many points of failure that never got exploited.
I don't.
It's the connected duel as well. There's only one person that could hold whilst the bomb went down.
Yep.
If the player in connector dies for Sashi, then the bomb, well, it might go down, but the plant almost certainly gets killed, and they have no afterplant positioning. That is a catastrophe.
It is. Skin to their teeth for Sashi, though. They'll be thinking they're lucky stars that they get that one, but they managed to actually bring something
For the love
through.
of God, somebody buy a kit if they're going to buy up here.
Nah.
You're going to be joking. There we go.
There we go. Kenzie's got one.
My man.
Kenzie's got one for you.
I love how Grix and Deco both think they're the Orca and both haven't fully bought.
Well, I think Grix is the Opera and Deco, it's just muscle memory. At this point. Also, he just wants a Deegan armor. Who needs utility? It just slows you down. And that's why! That's all you need. A Deeg and a Dream. This dude is just unreasonable with the headshots. And he's looking for more blood. This will be check. Kenzie as well. It's even situation still, and he's still got Deco to deal with. And he is the
What is
last
Deco
person.
doing?
Did he just try and jump shot with a Deeg up cat?
Yes, he did.
He's just prepping for his streaming career. Looking for the clip.
That's what he does now. Even in officials. All about the highlights.
Content brand. The Tarek disease. It happens. Oh, that's a nice clip. That's some bit of content. Good damage on the Mister as well. Another got him on the cross. Here comes the bomb plant. Is Mr. ready to defend this? Okay, Quez does get it down. The window player can't get out. Yeah, and burning. Lackey's gone. It all falls to Deco. The greatest content of all. A clutch. Tags onto both. Knows where they are. Molotov for the van player. It's a little shallow. It'll just keep Quez from peeking him while he tries to isolate the fight on the empty player. Ooh, doesn't like it. Doesn't fancy it. He's backing away. I'm very surprised.
He has the kit.
Doesn't like it. Doesn't like the look. I mean, if he saves this gun, he can actually drop one. There's some money on Grix.
I think they'll
They
have
should.
to save.
Well, they should.
Yeah, it's Aurora.
But it
Anybody
is
else?
Aurora.
The money is really bad for Sashi.
You're already justifying it to yourself. Doesn't look like it's going to happen this time. Just Deco. Deco outside of the one saved rifle from Deco. But I think we know.
Yeah, I've watched too much Aurora not to pay attention on this sort of round.
Mm-hmm.
Still, though, as we mentioned, Sashi need to establish themselves as a top team, and surviving rounds like this is a rite of passage. You can't make mistakes against Aurora. Or at least too many. Where are they heading for now? Up catwalk. It's pretty primed for a B split to me. One in window and Grix here on short. Hot shot but no connection. And now they're chasing. Here we go. Up catwalk. Great shot from Grix. Does get traded. Kenzie chimes in with the next. Mister is incredibly low. And thank God Quez got that kill, because the only other high HP player is Iceberg here, and he was a way out.
All fine now. And at this point, now Deco should save this rifle.
Now he'll go for the
retake. He will. Yeah. Would be fitting.
I think they might double
so
orb.
far afield.
I think they might double orb.
They'll have the money for it. Distinctly have the possibility.
Find ourselves at the V2. Second map is Inferno, which we did see because it was the first map, wasn't it, between Aurora and Game Legion. It's not been a great turf for Aurora.
Why? There's nothing gained there. The kill would not have really mattered. Why? Oh,
think about it too
content
much.
brain strikes again. Yeah, I mean, if you'll remember that Inferno game from yesterday, the reality is it did not look good for Aurora. They had some crazy rounds to keep them in it. As I recall, it was Kenzie who was bailing them out of a ton of situations. But otherwise, across the board, they massively struggled, and that probably should have even been a more comfortable scoreline for Gamer Legion. So I think taking Mirage is very important for Aurora here.
Yeah, they played it 6 times since the player break. Inferno lost it 6 times. They're averaging about 7 rounds, 1 a game. That sort of number. Not ideal. And that paints a picture here that Aurora need to finish their food here on Mirage. And they have slipped, haven't they, on the defenses of late? Time to change the tide and win a round.
See what they can do. Deco one, can't see the other. Now this is looking a whole lot better. Can see, following it up. And you've just got a player stuck in towards Sandwich. It's Lucky, his teammate, coming up the underpass. A little bit too late to do much of anything about this, though. As Aurora stall, gives them a chance. What can Iceberg do? Can he change the tides of this one? Can he give his teammate a window to get out? No. No, he cannot.
That might be the cleanest round of the map for Aurora. Beautiful. And Grix continues his reign of terror. 22-11. Very nice. Sashi are going to eco, no doubt. No, I'm completely wrong. They fully forced.
Yeah!
I don't like
make it
this
happen.
one.
Well, sometimes when you're playing Aurora, you gotta pull an Aurora. We actually have seen Sashi are very eager for the Force buys. We saw it yesterday in their matchup as well. It's a little uncharacteristic from what you would expect about the rest of the team, but they do fancy a Force.
I think they're misreading the money. I think it's a little bit lower than it is for Aurora. But nonetheless, Aurora are quite capable of losing this sort of round. And they're playing
forced
on
off
A
the
site
spot.
proper. So surely it's going to be a bomb plant. There's no CT smoke, so they're really scared to plant default or all default. And a lack of either control or util towards CT has made this round impossible.
Yeah, once these smokes fade from Con, you are done. So they're out. But look at the space they've gained on towards B. Look at Cabby. Look at Cabby.
No way.
Everyone from Aurora has rotated. Come on, guys. The smokes are gone. The fog of war is gone. You know there's no one on A right now. Oh, when does it click? When does the shoe drop? This is going to be a post plant. I don't know where they think the T's are hiding at this point. But they're not there. All right. Free bomb plant. Even planting it a little wide than is safe because they know they've got the timing. Cabby better not move an inch from this shelf. And oh, behind him, that's confirmation. The op's on the line. Aurora have taken so long just to get into position. Now Cabby strikes. He can't move. He's stuck. He knows it. With Lackey gone, I mean, they hold on to apps. It's going to be a save. Aurora.
I can't believe it.
It just gets so tunnel visioned in and just shut down. What a stroke of fortune for Sashi. Looked like a complete non-starter of a round. Instead, they find double digits.
That's wild because Sashi's actual call into that round was a nightmare. They didn't get near planting on A.
Ay.
That's crazy. I guess Sashi showed the bomb out on A site, so I'm not stunned that Aurora brought a lot of players over, but wowzers, did they take a long time to figure out what was going on. Sashi that calls the pause. This is because they have no loss bonus and no money in reserve. So this round is pretty much game over if they lose it. Right. We're at the business end now, round 22. We'll be playing 23 at a minimum. And the full 24 if Sashi claim this round. Big calls to be made. They've run a lot of A rounds recently, but at some point they'll need to go back in for some mid control. Standard smokes thrown. And it does look like a default to me. Here they come for some control.
Oh, Grick's first contact here. Got on the shot. Flashbang's good. Pushes him off the angle. That's a big one from Sashi. Could have been massively punishing, but do they expect Kenzie to have stuck around? Gabby's definitely looking for this fight, and he'll be well prepared for it. Nice first kill. Now pressuring on the smoke. Grick's backpedaling just in time. Gets around the corner, and the pushing towards ramp is good. That's a cheeky spot for Lackey. Keep an eye on it as we go forward. But Sashi are pressuring all over the map, and it's Grix who suffers for it. Player already through window. Now they're pinching on towards B. Deco needs to hold strong. He's got the first, but no more. It's Norvi instead from the bench to deal out some headshots, and it all falls to Iceberg. Oh, ankle spotted. Norvi knows where he's coming from, and the bullets will ring true. Map point found for Aurora. Just one more to close, and the money has vaporized for Sashi.
That comes down to the mid-rounding. Sashi, it was chaotic, but they might... I think they should have worked out that it was 2B, or minimum pumped the brakes and started to work the map. They committed way too fast And I'm certain there was a moment where they knew it was 2B and they could have cancelled. They did not. They tried to enclose the site. Oh, that's a disaster. That really would have been so close to winning the map for Sashi. One decision not to pump the brakes has cost them that opportunity. And now look at the buy.
And now we find the truest test of Aurora's ability to lose to the most improbable rounds. Just Tech-9s. What can they do? Deco says nothing. Uh-oh, he's traded. Maybe a little something here. Faster play in. Norvey from the firebox strikes. Finds a second as well. Running low on ammo. But he's got comrades close at hand. And it falls just to Mister. Damage with this Tech-9. Already found some targets. This should be impossible, and Grix makes sure of it. Aurora locked in the first map of our series. We will be heading into Inferno. And, well, look, there were some shaky rounds. There were some tough moments. But at the end of the day, Aurora do see it through. And big credit on to the young gun Grix. He was lighting up the scoreboard.
Yeah, I mean, in the context of playing with a stand-in and Deco not in his positions.
And losses in the last 3 months. So it's not exactly overwhelmingly good, but they are an academy team. You know, it's an understandable one. But they play a lot of Inferno, so maybe that's gonna make all the difference. Maybe that really is gonna change things here. Remains to be seen. But we're gonna hop into the game. It's time to find out. The proof will be in the pudding, so to speak. And Sashi will be looking to pudding their best foot forward.
I'm not even going to acknowledge that.
You're welcome for that one.
Dreadful.
Dooley's up on first oranges. I love this. I don't know what it is about the oranges, but this fight, I feel like, always guarantees you one. It's just, even when teams are checking it, even when players are checking it, there's just something about having the high ground.
So Lackey's going to take contact. He's bait here. He just needs to fall back, stay alive, pull all the attention. Then you've got 2 players in unorthodox spots to dish out Def and Lead.
Deco, 2 kills. Maximizing the oranges. Unfortunately, his teammates not able to come along for the ride. Kenzie catches one through the smoke, so it is going to be 2-on-2 in the post. Bomb plant guaranteed. Can Sashi hang on? Ooh, they're going to double fight in the coffins. And actually, both on the other side as well. So it's everybody brawling here, and Kenzie strikes first, and Grix will follow it up. Beautifully done. A defuse on. And Aurora strike first.
The hold didn't go in as well as we expected. Lackey just gets assassinated before he can fall off and stay alive. Decker did his job. Norvey not so much. So, had to work a little bit harder for that than they wanted to. Given that Sashi did exactly what Aurora wanted. And that doesn't mean a bomb plant. It does mean an investment. A lot of Mac 10s out here. Sashi could play something very pacey with this sort of bike, couldn't they? Apartments pop through the mid-smoke. Might as well make use of these guns if you got them.
Here comes the hit. Smoke to isolate this fight. Player under porch. What's he got? Nothing. Deco annihilated, but the spray down is good. NC eventually caught, but not before confirming the bomb's presence. Still, the moto smoke will isolate the site. Should allow the bomb plant through here. Retake, though, could be tough. Could be rough. Quez gets messy, but it's down to Norvey with 1 HP. And he cannot hang on. What an absolute brawl. They did not want to wait the moto smoke. And instead, Aurora flood into the chaos.
It's a nice round. I do think based off what I saw yesterday that the A bomb site is vulnerable. That's where Deco's playing as the anchor. A anchor towards apartments. The mid smoke from that smoke at the start of the round in mid, in brackets itself, but covering off short and the long side. That's Sashi's smoke, and it just causes so much confusion. There's Aurora scared of it. They can work up behind it, then they pop as the smoke fades. Nice little move. And one that others should emulate. It's still like Aurora, wouldn't it, to immediately win this round back.
Grix. Not quite connecting. Trying to go for the anticipatory shots. It's Quez instead who strikes first. Deals with the apartment's player, and at this point, Grix run down. There was no hope there. I mean, maybe he hits a headshot, but that is the site loss. That is the bomb down. It should probably be a save for these 3 sets of armor.
Should be the operative word. Aurora were 3B gambling for a lot of that round because they get the early kill A and they show a lot of presence. And they gambled. Can't necessarily blame them on the sort of buy they had, but they got it wrong. And 2 for Sashi. Next round will be a very heavy eco around these saves. So, looking better for the Danes. Trying to establish some control. Because we did see yesterday Deco playing apartments on the CD side, or whatever you want to call it, pit player, A anchor. Problem Deco has is Deco doesn't like playing boring static Counter-Strike, which is how you play pit. So he's always on the move, and he got caught off a lot yesterday.
Oh, I've gone quickly here. Okay, hold on. Apartments flood. Let's get weird. Not getting so weird. Quez is farming, is what's actually happening. Don't get caught. Don't 3 bullets. It works. Okay, I was gonna say that last dip. That's a little bold. Kinsey's trying to run him down. Not gonna happen. Why not? 4K on for Quez. Stack up those eeks.
Big money.
Big money.
So the buy here from Aurora isn't great. This is because they forced, just after they lost their second round. Means on about 4,300 buying up now. And that means no kits, no AWP. What have we got? 2 Molotovs, and I think it'd be unwise to use both of those immediately for Banana. What have they done? Just one deep smoke, and outside of that, saving their nades. It's a shrewd move. Quick flash clear into mid, and Grix wins. Important duel, especially given the premise that they can't really sit back on their nades as easily. A good start. Now you got to work with it.
That's a nice find. That's a nice one. Now the Molotov comes out. Could isolate out a player. They're in a tough spot here. It's getting very messy indeed, but Lackey can't quite lock this round in. Still, he did set up his teammates with a 1v3, so it is looking good. Bomb plant in, and Deco wastes no time. Pops the smoke, gets her done. No problem here. A little hezzy on the defuse just to let teammates get close enough to salvage some equipment. And it will be Aurora with their second on the board.
Clean retake. Team ace. To boot.
Love a team ace.
Should still be good money, shouldn't it? For Sashi, yes it is. Quez can drop a rifle if anybody needs one. Okay. Plenty of CS left to be played on Inferno, so far too early to cast judgment on the direction this is going. And Aurora, what have we got? A 3B start. Looks like Kenzie just dropping nades to his teammates. We got an extra set here in CT. Outside of that, nothing unusual. Standard opening.
Nice little tickle damage off the nade.
It's actually going to have a tough time. They want to hit B, but there's still two mollies and 2 smokes on this site. 59 seconds. They can pretty much burn the entire round with just these.
There are smokes to make the play through. The problem is the flashbangs. They've only got 2 of them left. Lucky's going to be chucking them in to get his teammates to the choke point. The question is, when do they want to commit?
And do they use Cabby's nade to get through this smoke?
Here's the util. Here's the exec. Here's the flashes. They haven't really caught that second one. Not either. So not as effective as they were hoping, perhaps, but they have at least gotten through the first choke. Now they need the kills. Counter flash comes in. Played from Kenzie on the timing, but not enough ammo for Lackey. Needed something else from Northy from the coffin spot. That'll do. That'll do from Kenzie. Denies the plant. Stalls this out further. Has to commit the next smoke as well. And gives his teammates a man advantage here. Now they can wait the smoke. Now they can let this retake happen.
They're going
to
double
they're in a
pick
tough
CT.
spot. Oh boy. Oh boy, the peek on in. Quest gets 1, but nothing more. Huge round from Kenzie. That kill from Coffins is all the difference.
I like the double peek for CT. It's just because Aurora have all 3 of their players there that it doesn't work. But Sashi did their best to try and force some fights before they just get enveloped. Hectic round. That's for sure. Important plant denial too. As Kenzie is off to a flying start, isn't he? 8-2. And we go again. You must admit, Aurora do look like a much more stable team than I saw yesterday.
Oh yeah, so I mean, here's the lack of we know. Oh my goodness, this has worked out. They tried this a ton yesterday. The little success. They were getting stymied by Gamer Legion. That's the way it's supposed to work out. You run it straight down the pipe. You push them back. You annihilate them before they can even get into their setup. And the difference here that we're seeing is that yesterday they tried it straight from the rip, and they just kept trying it again and again and again, even when it wasn't working. This time, we're 7 rounds in before we see the first bit of that crazy aggression, and so it catches Sashi completely off guard, and it's just a massive shutdown round. That's really nicely done. That is how you're supposed to sprinkle in the aggression. You don't want to be constantly aggressive. You want to have that. It's like a chili in a nice stew. You want it to be that extra note. Just provides that kick. Bring the whole dish together. That's beautiful.
Remember too that with Clax missing, Deco picks up a anchor. Bricks comes in as a new boy for this team on A. So B site is unaffected. A site quite a lot so. So certainly on these 2 guys to bring more of the strategy, and they can run all their regular stuff. It's no real difference. Even if Kenzie's over, he knows what he's doing too. Right. So a bit of B pressure early from Sashi. They've done very little with mid control this game. There's been a lot of Group B and force it.
Yeah.
I mean, they had the Tech 9 round where they came through the smoke here, but Inferno's normally a take brackets pressure long into doing something. That is a very common round that we just haven't seen anything like yet.
And it was the round that Aurora struggled most with against Gamer Legion yesterday. You know, we saw a lot of that. Once they had long control, Aurora really struggled with rotations and figuring it out. And that makes sense as well for a team with a fresh player with a stand-in.
Yeah, they're essentially playing with people with 2 new positions on A. So, well, Greg, it's not new positions for Griggs, but he'll not be used to being pressured like this in these other games.
Rick's backing away. Kenzie coming back into support. It's Deco in the pit. Is that smoke too deep? Might be. But as it is, it's Deco who finds the first punish. Kenzie does connect. Grix cannot find the killing shot. And that could just be a save. Ooh, I want to give this a look. They've got the money to spare, but it is Inferno. These retakes are tough, and they're not making any secret of it. Lackey's been thunderfooting his way all the way over. So they will know where at least one of these players is coming from. If not the pair of them. Lucky train on the angle. Should be first contact. Cabby has the insurance policy behind him. And yeah, there's nothing doing here. There's no hope. There's no chance for Norvi. Might get some exits. But the round, it just ain't on.
It's more like it for Sashi. Maybe they heard me. Take mid, wrap long. Beautiful. A quick pause. We assume of a technical nature. We know what you know. Which isn't much.
Secrets.
Where is the other game at? It was just finished map 1, wasn't it, last time we checked in? They have not started map 2 yet. In fact, it's just started. First round goes to Monty. So we've got our winners bracket game later today. Saw Guns. Guns, the big surprise of the qualifier. It was fun to see a team on their kind of maiden breakout run.
And I mean, it was the manner in which they were doing it, right? I mean, Easy had some crazy highlight plays. Tenier was having a monstrous game as well. But it felt like all over, they were just impressing us. Very straightforward Counter-Strike. Not a lot of complexity to the playbook just yet, which makes sense. They seem to be a team in flux. But, man, oh man, were they effective. Not easy maps to do it on either. I mean, Nuke was one of their mainstays in both their victories. So, I'm excited to see that one later. As it is, Aurora, not so excited about how this one has started. Kenzie, gonna make it a little bit better.
So with all the A pressure, Aurora have lent 3 players over. It's just Lackey. That smoke is now faded by the half wall. And these duels are critical duels, and he finds nothing. Norvi, lucky not to be caught. 3v3 it is. Nade goes too deep to burst the smoke or kill Mister. Just gonna get this bomb down before Norvi gets engaged.
Shot from Griggs. Gives him the advantage here into this retake. Mister is low. They do have the bomb plant secured at the very least, but with one more flashbang to try and hold this off. These smokes fade, they're on trouble. There's a kit on Norvi. He's the banana player, so keep an eye on him. That may become critical. No Molotovs to force them out of these defensive positions. Be a prime chance here on the headshot. Ooh. That was close, but they can't finish their food. And it's Kenzie indeed to find the kill instead. Time enough for the defuse. Advantage, Aurora.
Been a tenacious map from Aurora so far. They're having to really fight for these rounds. And Kenzie, no doubt, has been the hero of the hour. For out here on Inferno. Even just finding that the response to the opening kill. Off his proactivity to fight into the boiler. Pays huge dividends. And this is similar to what we saw earlier from Sashi, isn't it? They really do like a force buy. If it's a 50-50 decision, they will buy.
the spot. There's the molly. Keep them contained. Deco's been playing, I want to say, for his standards, a very conservative brand of CS in these positions, which is nice to see. It's what you want out of the positions that he's playing now on A. He's showing it. Deco's still up by the balcony. Finds two. Got the bomb as well. Drops down into the pit by the truck. Finds more. Continues to deliver for his squad. Even an extra nade for chip damage onto Cabby. And Cabby collected. Beautiful. Beautiful hold from Deco. Could not have played that better. Mr. will keep him off of the ace at the very least. But there's more work to be done if Mr's going to pull out this clutch. He'll be given the chance to get over towards the bomb. Look at his back. There's the spot. Now they know where he is. The fight is a little overzealous. And Mr. could do this. Mr. could rain entirely on Deco's parade. If Grix can't close the walkout, what is happening? What? Everyone blind, through smokes, in smokes, with flashes. Somehow Grix pulls that out.
That might be the worst one-on-one I've ever seen.
Oh my god.
That was presumably that was Grix's flash. Must have been right.
I don't even know. That round started with such a beautiful display of Counter-Strike from Deco with the pit hold. And then it ends with just yakety sacks in the 1v1. Oh, they're going to get aggressive this time. It's just pistols on the other side, so there's nothing to fear in Deco. All that restraint we were talking about goes out the window when he knows he can get some eeks. This is a non-starter. It's 7 rounds on the defense. This is a phenomenal.
Yeah, I know. We need to start having the
Inferno.
conversation of what if Aurora 2-0 this series.
I mean, at this point, for Sashi, it looks dire, right? This is the half where you expect Aurora to struggle with the stand-in, with the changed-up positions. This is where they should be vulnerable. This is where they struggled mightily yesterday.
Yeah. But it's absolutely a half where Aurora have been on the brink a lot of times economically. But they've survived. Sashi never truly broke them. Not to a degree, they're going to net a lot of easy rounds. 5 is the best they can do. And Aurora changed the look again. We haven't seen this all half. At least on a gun round. Deco in first. Teammate in tow. Takes contact. Quez is gone. Cabby here for the trade, though. Pair of headies. Put Sashi back in favourable position.
Bricks? Ooh. Some of these panic hops coming in. Still managing to connect. That looked like it was ping on. That's a little bit too much to ask. Well, I'm going to get down. The last round, so certainly no save. How do you get stuck back into this? Norvey has to stall, has to wait for his teammate to get back in the angle. They both got kits, so no concern in that front. They'll have some time to work with here. But you can tell from the spam that they're hoping to get a little lucky on some of this. Fortunately for them, luck is on the other side of the server. Quite literally. Oh, if there was a second nade there, Gabby's in trouble, but now he doesn't have to peek. He doesn't have to fight. He can wait for his teammates, and they know this is an impossible situation. A nightmare crossfire. Norvey, just not enough time. The kill will be his, but the round far from it. So a 5th at least for Sashi to send us to the half. Back on the server we go. It was a beautiful first half for Aurora, quite frankly. A lot better Counter-Strike than we expected to see. And now we'll see in the second half if Sashi have the juice to take us to a third, or we might be in a lot of trouble here. Okay, with a quick spot down middle, but there's a lot of crosshairs looking for a peek here, so I don't know that he's going to want to stick around. There's a flashbang for Cabby to set up the mid peak. Here it comes. And no one's home, unfortunately.
It could be like false info now, couldn't it? They might call that there's nobody mid. And think it's B. They're actually not going to rotate, but with 2 players up porch side, this can be rough. If players get out of apartments, especially if they get near the site, this is a tough hold.
West finds the one, but they've lost the site. They're going to have to give that up. They battle down in towards mid to give themselves a better position into this retake. Nicely done from Quez, though it does leave him with just 1 point of health. Now Aurora want to find some advantages. Grix tries to battle into it. It's Kenzie instead. Oh my goodness, Kenzie! Stacks up 3 in the mid-fight. They're on the defuse. They don't know that Deco's so close at hand, and it's a full 10 seconds, so the burst fire to finish. As Kenzie and Deco, the full house in the pistol round, and an 8 for Aurora.
That's some star power from Kenzie. Holy smokes. Aurora really might do this, man. They really are spooling up here. They don't like Inferno, but when the stars come to play, we have got a game. And I think it is actually a fair critique, actually, of Sashi, is that you do look at the lineup and you're like, who's going to win an unbelievable round in this team? Not to say every team needs, 5 superstars, but you do look at Aurora and you know who the main men are.
Oh, that's a little bit of cash for Norvi. Might help make up for the 2 casualties. But yeah, you're absolutely right. I mean, it's been lucky more often than not for this team. But past him, the big star plays, the round changers, have not necessarily been there for the taking.
They can play good structured Counter-Strike. I mean, that's not what we're trying to say. What we're trying to say is that the sort of round Kenzie just won for you on the pistol, I'm not sure anybody on Sashi can do that. And over the course of a series, if Aurora are playing, somewhat close to their standard level, Kenzie, Deco, these guys, even Norvi, they will win some bonkers rounds.
Traffic cone flying through the air. The sights seem set on A. Still a little bit of a banana alert to keep possibilities open, but where are they going to move now? As I say that, the banana alert withdraws. Is the full A take, it seems. Grix and Norvi to set up the util. And on they move. Lucky here by Moto. Could be a problem. Problem is swiftly solved. And it falls to Quez in the pit to try and hold the line. Battling out here. He will stack 2. A little disjointed here. The short players not on the same page, not on the same timing, but now they come through in the critical moments. And it's falling just to Mr. who, frustrated as he is, has to back away and save. That will be double digits for Aurora, and the money is shambolic for Sashi.
I couldn't say who it was because there's so much going on, but somebody ran through a library smoke there for Sashi. They didn't need to. I understand the idea. The idea is I come through, I help my teammates as they're fighting from pit in the site, but you need to bide your time and play off your teammates' contact, and he did not. Oh, it's happening, man. Aurora need 3 rounds. Need 3 rounds to eliminate a Sashi team that's been in fine form for the last few months. And Aurora that yesterday At least in map 2, especially against Game Legion, looked like a science project gone wrong. Somehow Norvi has spooled up to now be the top fragging on the server. I'm pretty sure Kenzie and Deco are way out in front.
He's been crushing it. It's what you want to see. Triple-headed monster here for Aurora. Maybe the heads are different each time, but triple-headed monster is what you need. It's proving way too much for Sashi to deal with. Mr. Delete it. This gun instantly dropped into the waiting arms of Iceberg. That was one of the few sets of armor already gone. And oh, are they going to catch this boost? They are indeed. There's nothing doing. He knows exactly where they are. He smells blood with his 20th frag on the server. He has all but definitely confirmed an 11th round.
Yeah, I mean, remember, guys, Aurora's lost their last 6. Inferno's averaging about 7 rounds.
Ay, ay, ay.
Where has this come from?
And truly monstrous. And I mean, at this point, it's just desperation stations. That at least might give the possibility of an AK, but look at how eager the hunt already is. All right, Juicy. Boys. All right, Cabby.
Stop peeking this man.
Rick says no. No, not happening. One last hurrah here for Sashi with the guns. It's the best buy they could hope for.
They would have come into yesterday's game against guns thinking, we have a really great chance to actually win this qualifier. Win this. One game against Saw. We're so close. They are 2 rounds from being out to an Aurora team forced to use Grix because of a late sign-up, or no sign-up of Clax before the deadline. This is not a Sashi that we expected to see. They are being blasted here on Inferno. Everything they try goes wrong at the moment. Every single move gets thwarted. Every piece of aggression gets checked. This is a nightmare.
A nightmare indeed. A nightmare indeed. They need, I mean, it's what we went back to. When these rounds go wrong, when everything's falling apart, who do you rely on to make some magic happen, to make something work? They need that kind of individual outplay because the collective is failing right now. And they're just unable to weather the storm that Aurora is bringing. Wes will inch forward. He is the only player on this side of the map. If he falters, it's over. It's a save from the remaining 3 members of Sashi. He has to be the hero. Or it's all said and done. Lucky down on the other side of the map. The save may not even be allowed. Norvi is taking no prisoners, but he's just identified the stack, and with Quez gone, these last 2 guns just have to desperately try and hang on, and they know the hunt is coming. There's no reason not to here for Aurora, so the bomb ticking away, and 4 players instantly into the chase.
You'd think one person would wait.
Not with Aurora. Not with the way they're playing right now. Should one person wait? Absolutely. Will they? Not a chance. Yelp finds first victim. I wonder if right now, Sashi, it's ticking through their head. They're like, maybe we should have. And actually, Kinsey did go back to secure it. Had that presence of
Not actually
mind.
planted for him. I'm not sure he could actually deny the defuse. It did actually come in. Either way, it doesn't look like Aurora's going to get their hands on any of these guns. Mystery's under some pressure. Grix does connect. That's a big one. Oh, no.
Oh, no. The op, too. That's the big piece. They're not going to be able to get one to the next round. It's not a possibility. Look at how limited this buy is going to be. And they've got to run 7 in a row to keep this series alive.
Against Kenzie, Deco, and Norvi in world-beating form. I believe it's impossible, because one of them will have a round at some point here. But how long can Sashi stay alive? We're about to find out. They do have a lot of util. That's the good news. So they could take banana if they so desire. And they got 3 on location, so seems to be the port of call. More nades out. Flash over the top. Everybody's meeting here in Banana. Molly finishes the job. But the trade's flooding the way of Aurora for now.
And look at the util at this point. They've just got drips and drabs. There's one smoke on Quez. He's on A. Otherwise, it is dire for Sashi. There's a kit on Cabby. There's a single HE. This is looking like it could be all she wrote. At least two players are in the right position to deal with this B take. Cabby and Lucky. Can they hold the line? Because this is looking increasing like Aurora are just going to take in towards B. Chuck the smoke. Chuck the flashes. Bulldoze their way into the site. And here we go. First flash out. One player found. Lucky a second. Stacks them up. Lucky and Cabby. They hold. They needed a hero. They needed a big play. And it comes at the hands of Lucky.
6 to go. Maybe that can inspire some confidence, but there's plenty of work left to do. That is the weakest buy Sashi's going to present from here onwards. In that sense, it gets better. But they didn't manage to scoop an AWP. Util's pretty good. This time, it will not be Banana. 2 there. 3 towards A. 3 porch side as well, so some sort of porch stack coming out. They'll look to fight mid as it gets taken by Aurora. And given the posturing from Aurora, they just about to contact in mid. One long smoke is down. We need some util, guys. Can't just walk into these rifles. Indeed they do. Into the blender.
Echo. Run out of the apps now. I mean, we know he's so dangerous, right? Smoke to block him off. We'll stall this out, at least for the moment. And Aurora, how do they want to try and piece this forward? I haven't seen a lot of them actually getting stymied on this map, so they've slowed way down to see if some sort of peek back in comes, to see if something gives them an edge back into the round. But it's not to be. Patience being exercised by the Sashi side. And so it will be Aurora forced to make the next move on the board. This kind of an advantage. No one from Sashi wants to give it up. No one wants to make the mistake. Give the headshot over to the other side. That's the bomb spotted. Got some utility forced out. Cabby lucky to survive that HE. But they've got 3 players here. They got a triangle setup. And all the damaging utility is gone now from Aurora. So this should be a strong hold. Should being the operative word. First piece falls. Second to follow. Cabby still here, but he's got no health. And the bomb's going to be going down just in the nick of time. A 2-man setup in the defense, and Norvi alive. 3 kills already in this round. A monstrous map of Counter-Strike for him. There can be no more mistakes. A 2-on-2, and Norvi is waiting. Iceberg into the swing. Norvi collects. Could be the ace to finish off this map. It won't be. And instead, Mister pulls it out. Finds the clutch. Makes it happen. And Sashi, by the tips of their fingers, cling on.
Pretty tremendous try by Aurora. 3v5. They walk up short into 3 players. Crossfires to boot. And it goes to a 2-on-1 in their favor. Pause here for Aurora. Is shrewd. Take them. Just burn them 1 per gun round at the moment. Why not? There's still a healthy amount of distance between these teams in the scoreline at the moment. And of course, as that loss bonus racks up, it gets all the harder for Sashi to chain rounds. Okay. Discussion is there. The buy is through for Aurora. Only real sacrifice is Lackey onto that Mac 10, so no huge problems. They can certainly call whatever round they want. Let's see.
bit of chip damage early on, but nothing conclusive. And I thought Nori had done it in that last one. Dude's ridiculous. Woke up on the ankle. Space being taken. They want to explode out of apps. This is looking like it's just going to be an apps pop. Straightforward play. Flashbangs on. Effective. Quez under pressure. They know he's here, and down he goes. Cabby to follow. The A-site defense has been cleaned up, and this time there's a man advantage, and Norvi in a forward position collects Iceberg for free. It's all Mister again. This time even more difficult. But he will find the first. He will prove to be the Kingslayer. Take Norvi off the board. 2 more to find. As Mr. looks to stack another clutch. No time to spare. He's got a bit of utility to cook with. As the smoke fades, he could molly out the pit position. It's graveyard and mini pit, though, so this molly won't find its mark. He won't be served up the first, and Deco will finish off the map. What a tremendous Inferno coming through from Aurora, correcting their mistakes, fixing their errors, and blowing away Sashi Esport. It's Aurora who survive here.
Where the heck was this team yesterday? I mean, the one thing they can do is play with absolutely no pressure, because nobody has expectations for them anymore with the situation.